Good morning, good morning. Here we are. Good morning gesture from the crows out there. Here we are up on the third floor. It's a gray, hot, stinky day today. The camera, of course, it's I can see the camera. It's out on the third floor balcony, just heading down. I'm in Ayumi-san's desk. I know those of you who saw the stream the other day when I was doing the sizing, I finished off the sizing and we poked the camera, we just shot the camera through the door into this room. And you saw on the left of your screen Suga-san. And her bench is to the right of me now. You can't see it here. And I'm sitting in what would have been behind Suga-san. If you had been watching that stream, Suga-san said hello, and I could have been behind her like this, saying hello. So I'm in the bench that's at the corner of the room here. Actually, I can see out the balcony, I can see the hotel, I can see the camera there. This is Ayumi-san's bench. It's kind of waiting for her to see if she can figure out how to get how to get her newest baby into a daycare center. She's got trouble with that for a whole bunch of reasons, some of which you can well understand. No paper, well, paper's out. It didn't go in last night. I moistened it last night and just left it here. Suga-san will not be here today. Ishikawa-san will not be here today. Dei-chan will not be here today. They're working at home or off. You sound a bit hoarse. Ready for a gallop? I don't think that's what you meant to say, but I'm tired, I think. I'm tired. I'm tired, actually. But whatever. Haircut, don't get me started on a haircut. Don't get me started, please, whatever. It's just a race. I'm waiting to get the email from her saying that she's open again, because if I go somewhere else, I know what's going to happen, so whatever. Okay, it's a printing stream, but it's not a printing stream. I know we did a YouTube video a while back where I put the camera up and I kept quiet and printed bang, 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 and you've seen some other printing streams here. I'm printing owls or whatever. Today is not going to be like that. Today is a block test day. So there's going to be no smooth print 1, print 2, see the rhythm, print 3, wow, look at this wonderful job. Today is just going to be fooling around, whatever. I've got some colors that I have to sort of work out. We've got some blocks. I've got a bit of test paper. I'm going to get up and get a brush, get back up, try it, get up, wash the brush, get back, try it. It's going to be nothing smooth at all. It's just experimenting to try and see if a new block set is going to work. And it's a bit of a really strange, it's a strange thing that's happening. Those of you who have known our work for a long time know we had a print of a crane. We called it the crane at sunrise. In our catalog, it's number 19. If somebody links to it, it's number 19. The blocks died. This would be, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago. The blocks died. Just simply used way too much. Excuse me a second. Today's poison. Since 1904. Oops, trip on the keyboard. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. Excuse me. We had the print, the tsuru, the crane print. As I said, it's just water. It's tansan. I don't know, what do you call it in English? It's water with CO2 pumped into it. I doubt that it's even mineral water. It's just water, sparkling water. Sparkling water. No sugar, no soda pop. No. I don't do that stuff. Anyway, there's the print. Somebody's linked to it. As I said, it died. Just simply wear and tear. We made many, well, I don't even know, a couple of thousand copies or something, whatever. And the printers didn't to take care of it, and we used to print it in batches of 200. This is compared with the Great Wave, eh? We're doing the Great Wave by 60 at a time to minimize block wear. This, we just ran this, bang. And some of the blocks, they just got rounded just like whatever, like the blocks in our party room. Anyway, we had to retire it. And Dave had a genius idea. I don't know if I can explain this to you. Okay, I'm going to try and do it with my hands. Okay, there's a block, and the corners where you print, when you have a new block, are nice and sharp. So the distance, the color block is that wide. It matches your black lines. Now, as time goes by, the corners get rounded and rounded and rounded. I can't quite do this with my finger because my doesn't round. But if you imagine this gets rounded, so that the printing area, because this gets rounded off, the printing area gets smaller. And what happens with a block like this is you've got your black line, and all of a sudden the color doesn't fit inside the black line. It becomes smaller and fuzzier at the edge. Some kind of blocks you can get away with this, and some you can't. So Dave had the genius idea that what he would do, he would take the block that was to print the sun, and it had the rounded corners, and he planed off the top, I don't know, 0.5 millimeter or something. Now, if you imagine about we were there, we said it's become smaller, but the edges are like this. So if you plane off the top and down, 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 you're widening it back out again. And if everything was perfect, if you figured out how much they had rounded off and how much they had shrunk, if you planed off just enough, you would get back to the level where that shape fit the black lines again. So what I did was I took that block, and here it is. We had all the areas for that thing carved on two sides of a single block. So I took that block and sliced it over with the Mokuhankan, sliced it up, and I put each of the blocks very carefully through a planer. And what you're seeing here, this block, this is the original block for the sun, and it had been planed down to what I thought was going to be just enough to fit in between the areas. Now this print also has no super black lines, it's just got color zones that fit together. I thought it was a cool idea. Unfortunately, some of the blocks are of course fine lines. And when I put these through the planer, it sort of worked and it sort of didn't work. So anyway, I looked at them after bringing them out of the planer and thinking, okay, I'll test this tomorrow. This was, a year and a half ago or something, whatever. So I thought I'd test it tomorrow, just put them on the bench there and basically just forgot about it. I then had the idea, who was it? Maybe, is Taran-san here today? Today's Saturday, maybe Taran-san's here, I don't know. Taran-san needed something to do, so I thought, okay, it's cool. What I'll do is I'll throw the block set like this over to Taran-san. He's got time on his hands, time to fool around and do this. And what I had expected him to do, or them to do, was do what I had tried to do. Test print it, see where it didn't fit, and make some adjustments. They actually didn't do that. Taran-san and Asuka-sensei decided to cut and run and cut a new set of blocks for this. We didn't actually quite have a piece of wood enough size for it, so they have, Taran-san, is he here this morning? You can help explain this? They have cut another set of blocks, mini blocks, that fit parts of this. So Dave's job now this morning is to try and put all this back together and think about how, oh, it's Monday, soka, yeah, and think about how we can do this. Now, I said we planed them all down, but one block I didn't plane down, and that is we had a block for the embossing, the karazuri, and that block was not worn out at all because we don't use a brush on a karazuri block. We just put the paper on and print from the back. So this block is not worn. And this block now is going to be the key for what we're going to do today, because this is the original block. The other blocks are going to be put aside. We're going to take a couple of impressions from the karazuri, which is normally printed last, and then we are going to try and register and get the new blocks so that they fit inside this. They may fit, they may not, I haven't any idea. We are just going to give it a try. So that's today's job. As I said, it's not going to be smooth one by one printing. So we're just going to print this and that, change blocks, go wash a brush, mix some color, print 1 or 2 copies, do it all over again. So it's going to be a fractured whatever stream today. Doesn't matter. This is a job that has to be done this morning. If you guys want to log in, that's fine. So the confusion about the brushes, it's the brushes that do the damage. And you can see it's acting like sandpaper. The Baron itself, all it does is it presses basically straight down. There's no reason why the Baron would cause wear and tear on the edges. Because the wear on a block is not the crushing pressure. The wear is the sandpaper. How much of this is going to be visible to you all, I don't know. But anyway, let's give it a go. And because we're just testing here, we're not doing the normal system where there's a stack of 100 sheets we print and we put them out on the side. I'm just going to work in the front here, pulling paper out and putting it back in here. A million questions. Someone's asking, why don't we use softer brushes? If the brushes are too soft, if the brushes have no, what's the word in Japanese, it's koshi. If they have no stiffness, they don't work. If the brush is a soft brush like we use for our water, it just flops and flops and flops and doesn't move the pigment around. Unlike a pigment, we're not painting. There's some confusion. A couple of people have posted on the YouTube channel, just use a softer brush. I use a softer brush all the time. We're not painting. If we took a soft brush, we could paint the pigment on wherever we wanted and we'd be good to go. We don't have that kind of time. We have to go bang, 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 print, print, go. So we need a brush that's stiff on the body, but that has softness up on the tips of the hairs. And that's what we use the shark skin for. Anyway, answering questions is fine. Talking too much, I've got to actually try to do something here. I'm on the 3rd floor. I'm in Ayumi-san's bench. If you've seen any of the videos when Ayumi-san was up here on the 3rd floor, she did printing. I sat there and talked to her. We're in Ayumi-san's bench here. Okay, this would normally come last, the embossing block, but we're going to put it in first now because this is going to be my key. This is the only block left from the original block set. So I'm going to do 2 or 3 impressions of this, and then we will try and get the other colors to match that lineup. If they're all ready, then a couple of days from now we will do our printing run the other way around. All the printing benches face the wall. No. The printing bench is built for right-handed people. The windows are on my left. So all the printing benches should have been built so that the light was on the left. So for a right-handed printer, which is what should be happening here, a right-handed printer prints their thing and they move the paper off to their left where they can see it against the light. So all the benches should have been built just like the one here. Back to the wall, Ayumi-san front to the wall. Front to the wall, and Sugi-san's bench should have been back to the wall, but we had a brainstorm and we built one of the benches as a left-handed bench, the idea that it was going to be for Dave, the one that Sugi-san is using. And she has the light to her right, which is wrong and doesn't work. She's got used to it. She says, no, it's okay, don't change it, I'm happy, leave me alone. So we leave her alone. But she's wrong. It should be the light to her right hand side. To her left hand side. Okay, that's going to be our key. For the first run here, we just need 2 sheets. It's enough. There's no reason to spoil more. Okay. そうか、yes. Taranka and Anaska-san also, they left the background block from the original. So this is the original one that has been planed down about 0.5 of a millimeter. And we'll see if it's brought the outside out enough to be printable. One way to find out. So we'll need something to print. Let's see. We need water. These are all Ayumi-san's on our cups when she cleaned up a while ago. Well, whatever, there's a bunch of just, she cleaned up a while ago and all her stuff is still sitting here, waiting for her to come back. The cup here is the raw sumi pigment. I put it in a few minutes ago from the bottle we keep. Dave's alone today. Dave is alone today. I'm just using one of the benches here. There goes that shirt. Whatever. Okay, we'll also need some paste, which I didn't get ready yet. Paste. Let's use one of these. No, I wouldn't sit on Suki-san's bench. Suki-san's bench is set up for a lefty, but there's no way I would touch that. Ayumi-san hasn't been here for 6 months. It's okay, she cleaned up before she left, but the active benches, Suki-san's bench, Ishikawa-san's bench, it's full of their stuff. I would never, ever dare to sit down at something like that. It's like a kitchen. You don't go in somebody's kitchen and fool around with their stuff. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I need a stick for the paste. Here we go. Here's today's first up and down, up and down. No, I don't see anything. Back in a sec. I've got to get a stick. So the paste as it comes out, as it comes for us, we get the paste, the normal shoji nori. It's way too thick. We can't possibly use it. I mean, the stick almost stands up. It's way too thick. Someone's saying my knees would be gone by 40 if I had to sit like this. I'm not sitting cross-legged. No, my knees are down. I'm just sitting. No stress at all. I can see it. So it's kind of like just, whatever, kind of cream. If I tilted the cup, it would now pour out. But before putting the water in, it wouldn't have poured. So. How do I know when it's right consistency? It's just what I want. I know, what can I say? I don't know, I can't describe the consistency in words, I'm sorry. Okay, now this block, it's been planed down, but that's all. It hasn't been dressed, it hasn't been sanded, it hasn't been anything. It's just been planed, and it is probably still too rough to use. So today's test is just simply a test of the size and dimensions and whether we can actually use this thing. We're certainly not going to get, saleable prints from this thing here today. Someone got 3 prints in the mail yesterday. You mean from us? Thank you. My mailbox now, over the last couple of days, Cameron and I did that, we did the mailing on Friday afternoon for our time. We sent out the summer update on what's going on, and I haven't finished even going through the mailbox. If you did send in an order and I didn't reply yet, please relax. It's in the box. Oh, Taran-san is here. He is here. Good. So I'm going to do a test here, Taran-san. We've got a bit of Nagara. Did you guys do some Nagara on this one or not? I don't know. We'll just have a find out. It does indeed look pretty rough. The corner that we're worried about, Taran-san too, this corner down here is really not smooth. It's so rough I can feel the roughness with my finger. And that's this corner here. And the reason I'm thinking we might be able to get away with it is because the idea for this print is to print the gray extremely lightly. We are not in any way going to try and print a deep color from this block. So the lighter it is, the less chance of seeing discrepancies and differences and trouble. No idea. I'm going to find out. Oops. What's this someone saying? It's tough to keep a light gray light as the printing goes on. It gets darker. If it gets darker, you're putting too much pigment on. What else can you say? Stop putting pigment on. Put less. So this is the thing now. We've got this line here, the wood grain. Whether that's going to be just too disruptive or not, no idea. No idea. Step 1. Nagura. If there's new people here this morning, it's going to be a bit confusing because there's going to be no steady stream of work today. I'm sorry, you know. This is a bit of it's not experimental, it's testing work. So if you're new here, I'm sorry. There's no smooth stream of print, color, look at the result, print, color, look at the result. I'm sorry. Today we're testing a block, so it's not really a smooth, productive stream today. I'm sorry. This is work that had to be done today. You know, we might be good to go on this, you know, if we keep it light enough, we'll see how it goes. Let's move along. Now that was the easy part. Those two for sure line up because those are the two original blocks. But now we move on to the blocks that Taran-san here prepared. And there's no key on this print, there's no black lines, so we have to work which matches. What can I say? My God, I don't know. The one we just did matched with the embossing block we did first. And now we're going to try and match the next one. We will now match the sun inside the background. And we have no pigment ready for this yet, nor do I have a brush. There's a leftover pigment here. What am I doing? Dave, you are asleep still. Ethanol. The blue bottle here is alcohol. It's ethanol or something. I think it's 70%. I forget. .9% it says. Whatever, it's ethanol and ethyl alcohol. Not ethanol. It says ethanol. Ethyl alcohol. It's a surfactant. I know the light grain pigment won't dissolve in water by itself. But if you put some ethanol in first, some ethyl alcohol in first, it will then dissolve. So the question, how much of the old block can we use and how much of Todd & Sons block should we use? This was planed down, so it's become wider, so it should fit in theory, or do we use the new block that he's carved? No idea, one way to find out. I tested here without pigment, just it'll give me the shape, it'll give me the idea of what's happening. This is nowhere near, it doesn't fit at all. Of course, Todd & Sons matched this to the background block, so let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. I need a brush, red brush. Excuse me, 1 second. Let me head to the brush rack. No idea. Have we got a match? No idea. We've got a match. Certainly we've got a match around the outside. We seem to have a match inside the beak with the gray. I'm not sure about how it works down here. One way to find out. Remember, we're doing this backwards. This is not the way it will be printed when we do it. We're just sort of matching here. The embossing to the background to the sun, and now we're going to try and match the sun down to the next level. Let me do one more copy here. I think when we do the real printing for the real edition, it won't be that much of a fire engine red. I think I'm going to put more yellow in it. I don't have yellow at the bench here right now. For the real printing, I'll put more yellow. I'm not going to try and mix up too many jobs. We're not trying to produce a finished print here. We're trying to get the blocks matched. Colors can come later. You still see the hesitation in my hand. My hand wants to put it down on the left side. This is a right-handed printing bench. So far so good. We might have a set of blocks here. Who knows? Let's press on. Taran-san says, it's a stressful stream. Relax, guy. We're just fooling around here. Relax, relax, relax. Taran-san, they're pieces of wood, you know. We cut them and it's sort of, if it works, if it fits, if it does the job, that's fine. If it doesn't, we think, okay, plan B. What do we have to do? Cut that off, put this in, cut that off, put this in. Don't sweat it. Totally don't sweat it. There was a guy from Canada. He was living in Tokyo. This is 30 years ago story. I was doing a poet series. The Japan Times had written a story about me or something, so a bunch of foreigners who were living in Tokyo got in touch, came to visit. And one guy, his name was Nick, that's all I'll say. He was Canadian. He was here as an English teacher. He came over one day to see what's going on, and at that time I was still, anybody who was interested, I want to make prints, can you help me? I was like, yeah, whatever. Remember, this is before the internet. I had no website, there was nothing. So this guy called Nick came over and we chatted. I showed him the basics, whatever. He got real excited. Where can I get some wood? This was before Matsumoto was in business. I don't even remember where we got some wood. Anyway, I sent him off and he did some stuff. He carved some bits and pieces and then came back and we fixed it a bit, and he went home and carved some more bits and pieces. And I was like, wow, cool. This guy's really interested in this. He's going to be the next generation and all this stuff, you know. He was teaching English. Guy from Saskatoon or something, I forget. So anyway, he got a set of blocks ready. It was for printing. I think it was a reproduction of a Hiroshige Tanzaku print or something. Pretty rough set of blocks. Well, no problem, guys. First, second, third attempt at this, you know. So he had brought this set of blocks over. I'm in my workshop. This is not in Ome. This is in Hummer or whatever. And I'm at my bench. And what he's done, as he didn't understand quite the concept, he had, I don't have a sample. Well, we try to do it here. He had cut the registration marks. The way it's supposed to be is there's a corner at one place and then a line, as you saw, so that you can take a piece of paper and fit it in place with your two hands. And the idea is that the line should be quite a ways down. The farther away this is, the better your registration is. And he had cut the corner mark on the line almost side by side. he had pulled it right down. It was difficult to see what was going on. So, no problem. We cut another one just right there. We cut another mark on the thing. I just put a little notch in the wood and cut the real corner mark where it should be. Chopped off the old one, and away we go. We're doing some test printing. And a few minutes later, whatever, it turns out that he hasn't carved quite deeply enough in one area. So I get my big chisel out, the persuader, and I go bang, 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 bang. I say, okay, now we're ready to go. And he looks at me, and he says, you've destroyed my block. I'm like, no, we had to carve a bit deeper. He said, no, you just cut off both registration marks. And I hadn't seen it. I had left the corner, but I had not noticed that little mark we had made, and I had totally chiseled off the other registration mark. So he looks at me thinking this entire block set that he has spent weeks working on is destroyed, and he starts to get upset, and I'm like, guy, sit down and shut up for a minute. And we take a print, whatever, we look in the back, we figure out where it goes at the edge, we get a piece of tape, we stick it on there, I get my chisel, we cut a new mark, and we make a print, and it's fine. We're super long blah 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 story, but the point being, these are just pieces of wood. If something doesn't fit, you just fix it. But I think I have a problem with my outside camera, because the outside camera is about to get soaked. So excuse me for 1 minute, I've got to find a plastic bag and fix it. Back in a minute. Yeah! I am soaked, absolutely soaked. Whatever. I was there for like, what, 10 seconds. It's like standing under a shower for 10 seconds. I would like to have the outside camera active so we can see the street, but frick, take a shower. Why don't you take a shower? Okay, whatever, it just has to stay off for a few minutes, that's all there is to it. The camera, I guess, is okay. The camera also got soaked, so all I did was, at the moment, I've simply covered it with a plastic bag. And in the process, I banged the connection so it came out. There's nowhere to hang it. At the moment, what it is, there's a sign bracket, and the camera is on the sign bracket with one of those, what's it called, an octopod bracket. And I could fix it, but it would mean standing outside there in that rain, so I'm sorry. If the rain slacks off, we can go back and try and fix it. God, how long was I there? 10 seconds? I changed my shirt, whatever. The pattern is they don't last long. It'll start like this, but it doesn't last long. It'll last 5-10 minutes and then it'll pass. And we've seen, it's funny to watch people who don't quite get it. If I was watching now outside, there's going to be people who are walking there who didn't have an umbrella. So they quickly ran underneath an awning and they're waiting. and they've got to get to the train station or something. And you can see them make their calculation. Is it going to stop? I got to go to the train. Is it going to stop? I got to go there. And they should wait, because in 10 minutes this will be over. Absolutely, in 10 minutes it'll be over. But people don't get that, and they're like, oh, let's go for it. And they start running. Okay, now we're going to use the same black here. It's going to come up for 3 blocks on this print. There are 3 blocks that are going to use black/gray. One is the background block that you saw already. It just used the tiniest tint of the black pigment. Now we'll be using the next level of what do you call it? Putting water inside, the next level of dilution. And there's one more black block that will use a rich black at the end. Well, I sure hope I covered that camera properly. It was too late now. If I didn't, it's done. So. Still too dark. It's pissing. It's getting worse and worse. Yeah, it's too bad. I would really like to have the camera to be able to see what's going on, but I can't get out there now. No idea. We'll see. And it's possible we have lost our camera. I don't know. Too many distractions today to show, not any work getting done at all. Okay, that's about the grade we want. Okay, let's give this a run. Okay, it's going to be too light, but let's see. We're just looking at if it fits at the moment. Seems to fit, which it should do, because Taran-san got all this worked out. So we started with the Karazuri. We fit the background on the karazuri, we fit the sun inside the background, and now we're fitting the key block inside the sun. It's too light. We can actually go up a bit with the pigment. Let's double impression. Let's just print that same one again, just to get it so we can see it. Same paper, same place, same job, same everything. Just give it a double impression. So we can see it. We have the eye of the crane. We've got the feet in the right place. We've got, I think we're looking good. Taran-san, we're looking good so far. I think she's done. This is what I was saying about the people who are hiding underneath the awnings or something. If you wait 10 minutes, you're okay. But there's people that won't wait that long. They'll wait 5, 6, 7 minutes, then they say, okay, go for it. And they get absolutely, thoroughly, totally soaked. And then 2 minutes later, bang, you're okay. Yeah, I think we can open her up. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can get it back. 1 second. Is it alive? Oh, just a minute. Okay, almost. Hang on. It's too bad we couldn't keep the camera up and running while that was going on. Sorry about that. It's still sprinkling a tiny bit, but this is typical. This is a very, very typical Tokyo experience on a summer day. Completely typical. We've had a few hot, steamy, sunny days. This morning was hot and sultry. Then this thing comes through, bang, everybody soaks us. And now it's gone. Whatever. Where were we? Also, I'm in big trouble when the girls come back, whenever they come back. I went out there on the balcony, and the balcony, like, it hasn't been cleaned. You know, it gets cleaned once in a while, so it's sort of dirty. The rain has come in, so I'm out there in bare feet just now, and I came dancing back in, and I walked on the carpet, and there are monkey prints on the carpet. I'll have to try and clean it after I get off the stream here. Okay, today is a weird stream. Okay, let's move on. We gotta get a sample printer so you can see what the thing's gonna look like. Okay, that was the light gray key block. And then on top of that, there is a black block going in. What is left? There's the black block, there's the top of the head, and there's the legs. So for the final block, we'll use the actual rich sumi itself. Well, your mum would lose her mind. Actually, it's me here. You know, this is, it's my workshop, so whatever things are what they are. And the carpet here, it's carpet tiles. And they are pretty dirty, and every now and then somebody spills a bottle of pigment. I mean, this is a workroom. So the carpet tiles, you can see them. This is it here. This is it. They're carpet tiles, and they're pretty frazzy, and they're not so clean. And every now and then, actually, after pigment accident, we do flip out and change them. So they're getting a bit patchy. So we do have some extra ones, so if I can't clean up the mess that I made. Someone's asking about a second copy. We did 2 copies. We did 1, 2. Someone's asking about the animal. Did I find out the animal? My thought is that it's what's called a hakubishin, a masked palm civet. It's an animal from Indonesia that was imported into Japan back in the Meiji time for fur. They escaped. Nobody wants the fur anymore, and now they live in the mountains all around Tokyo, and I guess perhaps over the whole country by now. I don't know. And I did some YouTube videos. It comes to our house to steal the fruit that's outside, and it's just finished now. The lokat tree is just finished. So my guess almost certainly is it's a masked palm civet, hakubishin. Dave's amateur guess on the footsteps. Cameron's saying tanuki. I don't think so, Cameron-san. I don't think so. I think tanuki have footmarks that look much more like human beings. That look like, they have much more of a finger aspect to them. I don't know. It's raining again. Is my camera okay? The camera's covered, just the lens is poking out. I think we're okay as long as it doesn't get windy. If it starts to get windy, I'm in trouble out there. I think we're okay. Things are what they are. What a useless stream today. Anyway, whatever. Tell you what we'll do, to make up for this. This is really not interesting. It's scrambled. There's no steady stream of work. But what we're going to do is this. If this block set actually does look okay right now, then we need to make a bunch of prints from it. And at the moment, all of our printers are totally, absolutely booked up. So if this block set does seem completely workable here this morning, or if I can fix it with a small amount of work, I will do so. And then I'll start some printing work. I'll make some prints from this thing. So maybe the next stream is going to be Dave sitting here printing this thing. Because it looks, Taran-san, what do you think? It looks like we're going to be okay to show. I don't like the red, but that's another story. We're too close to the eye. It will need some adjustments, Taran-san. The dark black has to be cut back from around the eye. It's too close to the eye at the back of the eye. So I'll have to cut the black back a little bit more. We're in the right territory. We're in the ballpark. I think I'll cut the black a bit farther back from the eye, Taran-san. And I might cut the red back from around the beak. The red at the bottom edge of the beak is coming up a bit too much. So we'll see. We'll see. But we are well inside the ballpark here. Absolutely. Thank you. We're well okay. The other two that are left now, the brown and the red, they're trivial. So we're good to go with this block set. Absolutely. So here we are, the before picture. Oh, that's something else too. Cameron is here. Cameron-san, out of this block set, I don't think Taran-san has been paid for this yet. So let's have some negotiation here. If Cameron is still here. Make a note or do something. We haven't paid Taran-san and Asuka-san yet for this job. Yeah, just a couple of small. Deeper with the black, he's saying, I don't think so. I don't know, maybe, but I don't think so. Ah, the deeper with the black, you mean the first black, the gray. This is going to be this year's gift print, so it's a reissue of a print we did a few years ago. So this is going to be the gift print for 2021. Not the New Year's print, it's going to be the gift print. And there may be people here and there who think, hey, you're going to repeat the same one, but I don't know, it's been out of print for years, it's extremely popular. So yeah, we're just going to reissue it. And I need another brush. 1 second, let me go grab a brush. I need a brown and a red. Have the lights gone off? They're on a sensor, of course. When the clouds get too thick and dark, the lights go off automatically. The lights go on automatically out there. And you can actually see it sometimes during the day when it's crowded there, the sensors are in a sort of a brown case, a stand, and every now and then someone will lean against it and like eat a hot dog or something like this. And when the person leans against the sensor, it blocks the light and the lights come on. So. Oh, the camera audio, so you can hear the rain on the plastic. Should I turn it off, the audio for the outside camera? I never thought of that. That's too dark. The legs. That'll be better. So the previous one there, just I got it too dark. The legs were too dark. You can't see the internal structure, the carved structure. This one's just better. Okay, there's one more block to go here, and it's really a touch and go block. It'll be a bit difficult. Let's have a look at it. One last block. And it's this. It's the, what do you call it? Some birds have a red thing on top of their head. I have no idea what the word is. Crest, croup. Is it a croup? Is that what that word means? I thought croup was the thing at the bottom when they're in their mouth with fish and stuff. That's a crop. I don't know. But a crest is this is actually just a red color patch, I think. I thought a crest was something that sort of sticks up like a mohawk or something, or oh, it's different than the one in the previous one. Okay, this needs to be cut back for sure. It's coming into the eye. So for sure this has to be cut back. It's way too large. Wait. I don't have knives with me here right now, so I can't do that now. But clearly it's way too large. It's easy. Maybe Taran-san has done this. He's cut it oversized, and Dave here is going to trim it back. You can see it's actually got in the way of the eye here. So no problem. We have enough red block there at the top of the head. I will bring my knife in and I will slice it off at the front. Other than that, the block set is going to be usable here. It's going to be usable. What do I need to adjust? The red has to be trimmed at the bottom of the long beak. The black has to be trimmed around the eye. It's coming too close to the eye. And the red thing on top of his head has to be trimmed back. But other than that, I think we have a print. The gray block in this corner near my finger below my finger here, the gray block clearly has a piece of hard wood there. And you can see where it's printed as a kind of embossed area. So I'm going to take the Nagra and work more on that to bring that down. But other than that, I think we have ourselves a block set. So this one, this area here, you can see the stripe. The wood is in stripes, and on one of the stripes is a harder piece of wood. So the Nagra, we'll have to work on that. Okay, there we are. There we are. We have a good test. Taran-san, thank you. Now just try and get paid. Outline around wing, outside circle. Outline around wing, outside circle. That I don't know what you mean. Outline around the wing, outside circle. The wing here that's outside the circle, there is no outline. It is only embossed. It has no outline, if that's the part you were talking about. Taran's asking, what about the gray and the black overlapping under the tail feathers? The gray and the black overlapping under the tail feathers. I'm not sure what you're asking about, but it's not supposed to be all perfectly lined up. It's supposed to be a bunch of feathers that look like a bunch of feathers. The brown, one of them might be a bit too large, might be a bit trimmed back, the brown. I don't see any deal killers at all. Did I see Taran's comment about the pressure? No. Next question. Did I see Taran's comment about the pressure? Oh, the red thing on top of the head. Yeah, of course. No, I just delicately touched it. It's too big. It's absolutely too big. Of course, I'm not that much of an idiot. It's too big. You can see it's clearly carved. There's too much wood there. There's too much wood there, and I've got to pull it back. The part of the front of the nose, pull it back. More, it's double, triple size from the old one. Okay, what I'm doing here. Here's the old one, which is worn out, but it's there. And here is the new one. And it's just way too much wood. It's simply too big. It comes too far forward. Easy job to snip it back. Someone's asking a big question. Will the background be darker in the finished print? I don't think so. I don't think so. The darker we make it, the more trouble I'm going to have with that corner. So I'm thinking it will be something like this. I get your point though. If we do bring it up a bit darker, the karazuri would show better. Let's try. I mean, that's what we're here for. Let's bring one up. This is what testing is all about. Let's do this. Let's put another impression. We still got time, right? What is it? 9:18. Oh, I have a show and tell, but it's a quick show and tell. But okay, no problem. No problem. Let's do this. Let's do one more impression on this gray. Just to see what it looks like. Taran-san's talking about the red thing. In the original image it's different. Yeah, maybe so, whatever. Maybe so. I don't want it to cover the eye though. Absolutely. We're going to keep it back off the eye. Okay. Did somebody link to the original of this in our collection? Has the link been made to it? I don't mean the print number 19, the one we're selling. In the Mokuhankan collection, the original print from Kojusai that we copied, is in the collection. Has somebody linked to it? No, Corinne, you're talking about the original print 19, the version I made. It goes back older than that. Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find this. 1 second, please. Probably someone's going to beat me to it, but whatever. Here we are. I got it. Copy link. Am I the winner of the puzzle here? No! Somebody beat me! Somebody beat me. Lost for words. Thank you very much. There's 3 or 4 of us. Cameron's in her. I'm number 2! I should have known better than to try. Yes, of course, if we do make it darker, we won't do it with double impression. We'll just do it with a darker pigment, of course. But for right now, for what I'm trying to do right now, there'll be a show and tell. Give me a minute. There's a quick show and tell. I got a couple of packages to show you. Just hang on a moment. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we need a bit more to be able to show the wing, to show the first version. The other version, it's too light and just doesn't show the wing. We need a bit more, and it could be even a bit more to show the wing. But again, the more we put in here, the more this wood block is going to show. So there's another option here, and that's to cut one more block here, to cut another wood block for the background. Try and find a better piece of wood. But yeah, it needs a bit more. It is better, no question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, that's what we test. That's what testing is all about here, Michelle. So I think what will happen now is this. I've got some touch-ups to do on this block. I won't be doing it today because today is a packing day for me. I am a shipper. I am a shipper for the next couple of days. I don't know if you guys know what happened, but on Friday, Cameron sent out an email to like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people, and there were 1 or 2 orders over the weekend. And I am a shipper today. Ome is busy shipping today, and I am busy shipping today. But I will fix these blocks, and then what's today, Monday? Thursday, probably Thursday then, I will be sitting here printing an edition of these prints, a batch of these prints. Let's make that a little arrangement. Tana-san, thank you for your job. Sorry that we've been too late on paying for this. Excuse me. We'll get to it. Someone's asking, could I inlay? No, it wouldn't be worth it. It would take me time and effort, and almost certainly there would be a line that would show. Inlaying on a block like this, inlaying on broken key blocks is easy, but inlaying on a flat block is really tough. It's far easier. Grab a new piece of wood and just cut from scratch. You've seen me do carving. This is a couple of hours work. It's no problem. So I will think about replacing this block. I did work on it with the Nagara, but the problem is it's not the surface now. It's the wood is just hard. There is a strip of really hard wood there. And Nagara is not going to help me there. Okay, let's have a quick show and tell. This is Yahoo Auction goods that arrived a couple of days ago. And Yahoo Auctions, man, I am getting hosed. Last night was Sunday night, and I got beaten. I have clearly got to start spending more on these prints. Stuff I wanted for the flea market last night, a bunch of it in Yahoo Auctions, and I got outbid by big, big amounts. Now this is not good news for any of you because I cannot let that continue. I need prints for the flea market. But the prices are going up, up, up. This is not my decision. This is the market. The prices are going up. I have to start bidding more. And of course that means when we get them into the flea market, no, it's okay. If only I had a knife. If only he'd used green tape, eh? Okay, it's free. Okay. Excuse me. It's okay, the pigment's nothing. It's an old print. What we've got here, back in the old days, Hiroshige, one of Hiroshige's publishers, put out a book of fish designs. Fish designs. It was published as a book, I think, first. It was quite rare. And then the prints were then published later as individual prints. And what we have here is not from the era. This is late Meiji, maybe, or early Taisho, a reproduction of one of those prints. Let's have a look at it, if I can get it out of here. This tape is okay. Oh, this is actually quite nice. This is one old little print. Ooh. This is nice, nice. It's a reproduction of one page from Hiroshige's album of fish designs, and they're fish prints combined with what is probably kyoka poetry. And this one is old. This is easily well over 100 years old. It'll be mid or late Meiji. It's been folded once, twice. Give me a second here, have a look at this. It is, it's on a nice thick hosho paper. They've treated it like a surimono. This is the back side. They've treated this one like a surimono. It's very, very nicely printed. This is luscious, good, thick pigments. Taisho, nay, it's not Meiji, this is Taisho. The carving is hard. Look at the carving at the front of that fish. It's hard and brittle carving. The printing is a little bit too black. The key block is black. This is a Taisho era reproduction. It's got the hallmarks of all those Taisho prints. I'm going to put a date on this, Taisho 5, somewhere around there. There's very much a printing style that was common then. Hosho, it's a generic name for a sort of a general type of paper. It's a full mulberry, no pulp, it's thick, it's luscious. In the old days, before prints were made, hosho paper existed, and it would have been made, people would have written their proclamations or whatever. It was thick, deluxe paper, not for daily use at all. And most of the ukiyo in the middle of the ukiyo era wasn't made on that paper because it was a too top quality. All of our prints these days are made on hosho paper. Okay, this will go in the collection, and I will get it photographed. Not tomorrow, not today, but it'll get photographed soon, and it'll go into the collection. And I guess maybe that publisher probably produced a whole set of them. I don't know. I'm not going to try and put that back in. mulberry. It's made of mulberry fiber. Someone's got a copy in the MFA. Good. A copy of this one or a copy of the original Hiroshige book? Because this is a reproduction. Absolutely. This is not from Hiroshige's era at all. Someone's asking what's in the fish's mouth. I have no idea. You tell me. I know nothing about this whatsoever. Is it the kind of fish that has whatever, scales or hair or something in there? Okay, that'll do us for now. As I said, I'll be back for you now. I'll be back in 3 more days. Almost certainly, unless something comes up to disrupt it, I will be sitting here at the same bench and we'll be doing actual printing. Copy 1, copy 2, copy 3, copy 4. You will see the real work happening, not today's kind of rough fooling around. Okay, thanks guys. See you later. See you in 3 more days. Cameron, quick Skype when you get a minute if you can. There's lots of stuff pending here. Okay. Let's put up the outside. It's too bad I wasn't able to keep the camera running during that storm. That would have been fun, watching people run around scrambling. That's the Tokyo summer storm. They come and they go inside a couple of minutes. Bang. Keep an umbrella in your bag. And there's Our Lady. Okay, signing off. See you in a few days. Bye for now.